Hey everybody, thanks for taking the time to stop and check out my YouTube channel. I'm Michael I. Kaplan. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about negotiation strategy, not tactics. I'm going to recap the strategy at the end of the video, but before I do, I wanted to share with you a very old parable. It's called the parable of the 17 camels. The parable of the 17 camels typifies what happens when inexperienced young negotiators get around a table and they only care about what they want, their own interests, and how beneficial it is to have somebody come in who has a strategic view who actually knows how to solve a problem. The parable goes something like this. Many thousands of years ago, a father had 3 sons, an oldest, a middle son, and a youngest son. The father passed away and he left them everything he had. What he had was 17 camels. Well, here's the problem. He left a half of his possessions to his oldest son, he left a third of his possessions to his middle son, and he left a ninth of his possessions to his youngest son. They sat around the table to get ready to divvy up the loot, in this case it happened to be camels, and they made a starting realization. 2, 3, 9 doesn't really divide into 17 very well. That caused a whole bunch of problems. The argument started to escalate, things got really heated, and it was at the point when the 3 brothers were about ready to tear themselves apart, and the family unit was going to disintegrate. About that time, somebody came walking by, heard the argument, and suggested that the 3 brothers go seek out the wisdom of the village elder. Guys, really? You're fighting over a bunch of camels? If I'd been in charge, things would have been just a little bit different. Can you say barbecue? Everything tastes like chicken, right? Perhaps that's why I don't have wise village elder on my resume, right? The 3 brothers agreed, and they went together to meet with the village council. As it turns out, the wisest of the elders was an old woman named Sarah. It would make total sense, considering you need to have a female when a bunch of testosterone is getting in the mix and causing a whole lot of problems, right? The female is going to be the level head. The brothers went and presented their case to the village council. They listened to them, and then they went into recess. About 30 minutes later, they came back. Sarah spoke for the group. Sarah said to the 3 young gentlemen, "Sirs, I don't know that I really have an answer for you. We've debated, we can't come to any type of agreement, but I tell you what I can do. I have a camel. I only have 1 camel. It's the only thing I have. If you think it'll help, I'll be happy to give it to you. You can take it with you, go back to your village, and maybe that'll solve some problems for you." The 3 brothers thanked the village council, especially Sarah, took possession of the camel, and went back to their village and started to sit down again to negotiate. Something really unique happened. Now, instead of having 17 camels and a whole lot of disagreement, they had 18 camels. The brothers sat down and started to do the math, and things looked a lot prettier at that point. The oldest brother, entitled to half, got 9 camels. The middle brother, entitled to a third, got 6 camels. The youngest brother, entitled to a ninth, got 2 camels. 9 camels, 6 camels, and 2 camels is 17 camels. That was their inheritance. That's what they had. That's what they were able to divide up. Now they had another issue. We have an extra camel. What are we going to do with the extra camel? Of course, the brothers, being of high integrity, brought the camel right back to Sarah, thanked her profusely. At the end of the day, the family stayed intact. The brothers were really happy. They got the inheritance. The problem got worked out. Sarah was recognized all over the country for her wisdom and having that strategic viewpoint that let her see what that solution to the problem was going to be. Of course, it goes without saying, because of Sarah's wisdom, she wasn't really giving anything away. She did the math. She knew if all she did was add 1 more camel into the mix, it would solve all the division problems, and she knew exactly from the start that she was going to get that camel back. Sometimes you just have to remove yourself from that little argument, stop thinking about taking for yourself, look at the strategic picture, and just know, I might look like I'm going to give something away, but I know I'm going to get it back, and it's going to do a lot of good to my reputation and the negotiation and everybody around me. That is how experienced negotiators that have a strategic vision and a little bit of wisdom, who know how to do a little bit of math, can take situations like these where the younger negotiators can't, see the bigger picture, connect the dots, and get things done. That's what you are trying to do in a negotiation. Get what you want, get concessions from the other person, sure, but at the end of the day, everybody has to win. If you brutally win a negotiation, nobody will ever want to do business with you again. That serves no purpose. The true essence of great negotiation is everybody needs to feel when they walk away from the table like they won something. That's important. So, what's the moral to that story? If you're debating with a spouse, negotiating with a spouse, if you're trying to negotiate for a better position in your career, if you're having an argument with friends on where to go to dinner, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Try to step back, remove yourself from the moment, and find that 18th camel. There's always an 18th camel out there, even if we can't see it. Once again, thank you for taking the time to check out this channel. Please subscribe, like, and share. Please go visit the website at michaelikaplan.com if you would. Get those good resources. And once again, have an outstanding day. Thanks again, and we'll see you the next time you check in.